Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Both Sides of the Bed with me, your host, Kemesha Salmon. This is where we have the real, unfiltered conversations about life, love, growth, and everything in between. Before we dive in, I just want to remind you I am not a therapist, I'm not a life coach. I'm simply someone who's lived, learned, and still learning and want to share those conversations with you so we can all grow together. Today, we're talking about women's health and fitness, but not just the gym side of it. We're going deeper into the mindset, the emotional health, and the way our bodies change through different seasons of our life. I'm excited for this conversation because my guest today brings 25 years, yes, 25 years in health and fitness training, and he's helped countless of men, especially women, reach their goals, including me, in ways that goes far beyond just a number on the scale. He is passionate, knowledgeable, and here to set the record straight on some of the myth and challenges we face. Please welcome my trainer, Joe Hunt. Joe, you like Joe? How would you like to be called? I want to sound cool because I call him Joe. I don't want you guys to call him Joe.
Yeah.
But Joe, is Joe cool?
Coach Joe is cool.
Coach Joe is cool.
Joe is cool.
So Coach Joe is here, and we want to thank him for joining us today because I know your schedule is truly packed. And for you to take the time out to be here means the world to us, me especially, since he's been my coach since 2018.
About not earlier than that, because you was at that location, and I was at 55 Webster, and I left at 2018. So you were like 2015, 16,
2016,
somewhere around there.
Oh, I'm a big disappointment to him, guys. So
yeah.
So Joe, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and today I want to have an honest conversation about, especially women like myself who's been training with you for a long time, trying to find ourselves, lose weight, gain it back, just trying to be our best self. What do you believe are the biggest myth and the misconception women have about fitness and health?
Well, I was sort of saying this, right? There are many myths and misconceptions out there. The fitness industry has done something not too great for women, right? It's taken it and it gives a lot of what I call part truths and part lies, right? So they'll give you something that's like 5-10% the truth, but then they lie by omission.
What's an example of like a 5% truth?
A 5% truth could be waist trainers.
Okay.
Right?
I wear them.
I know you do. I know you do. That's why I went right at it.
I love my small waist.
I know you do.
Oh
I know
my
you
God.
do. But what they leave out for waist trainers, one is
Yes.
different types of waist trainers. So I want to be clear on the ones that I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
Not the ones that are trying to make you sweat belly fat in that
Okay.
particular area. There's those. And then there's the ones that are promoting that it actually are making your waistline shrink.
The hourglass figure.
The hourglass figure, right? So there's
That
different
I have.
ones, right? Both of them will fall into the category of part truth, half lies, but
Okay.
I'll address the ones that are trying to actually contour the body,
Okay.
right? For that to successfully happen,
Yes.
your ribs have to get brittle. It has to make your ribs get brittle and compress into your lungs for it to successfully happen. So
Oh my
they
God.
leave that part out where it's
Okay.
like, oh yeah, you could train your waist, but you forgot your organs in there. That means your organs are being compressed also, right? And in an unnatural kind of a way. So
Okay.
that is a huge part truth, part lie that they omit that part for it to work. You have to wear it on a very regular basis.
Okay.
Right? You can't overeat like ever. Because,
But it helps me, to be honest, it helps me not overeat.
Yeah, because your organs are being compressed. You're uncomfortable.
Oh, Jesus. So is that something you're saying?
Yeah.
Not saying, but like, should I limit or not use at all? I love my waist trainer.
So here's another part they don't
Yeah.
include. So not only does it cause for it to be successful, the bones have to get like softer and brittle for them to bend in that position.
Yeah.
You also think about it if you broke your arm and you wore a cast.
Yes.
Right? When you take that one arm off, it's smaller than the other one, right?
Correct.
That
Yeah.
means the muscles in your core atrophy. They get smaller.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Right? So there's another, it's creating the illusion of something is getting tighter, but your
But it's
muscles
not.
are getting smaller,
Okay.
and your bones are molding into a shape that they're not supposed to. That's not,
Okay.
like your ribs are to protect the organs inside of you, and you're changing the structure of it to look good.
Okay.
So,
All
it's
right.
one of the many.
One of the many. Okay.
Part truth, half lies.
Okay.
That we have out there, and it's unfortunate, right? Because when we now start giving this information, this misinformation out, it's making money for the fitness industry.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, people are getting unhealthier,
True.
right? People are going to surgery more.
And we hear about a lot of people dying from surgery.
People dying from these surgeries, right? The fitness industry, I'm gonna get my numbers correct, but about 20 years ago, it was not even $1 billion industry yet. Now it's about a $50 billion industry in the United States alone, right? But we're getting, obesity has doubled
Yes.
in that time, so we're not getting healthier,
Yes.
right? There's more chronic illnesses going on that are pretty much based on lifestyle.
Okay.
So you would think if the fitness and health industry, right, supplement industries, tons of money as well, right? You would think if all of these industries are making more money and more people are obviously buying it, that we would be healthier, but we're not, right?
Okay.
We're not healthier, and I'm sure we're going to get into it, but it's also not doing much for our mental health and emotional
Either.
state either.
True. Well, that's something to think about. So we hear a lot about hormones.
Yeah.
We hear a lot about hormones and stress. I think stress plays such a big part in my weight loss because I do so much and I stress myself, but I'm not blaming just stress, but hormones. How do they actually impact like a woman's ability to lose weight, or the biggest thing that everybody's talking about now, building strength?
Yeah. So I'll address weight loss first. That's like the most important part, right? So not the most important part, but that's one that's going to be affected the most by hormones. So we have a hormone called cortisol. It's a stress hormone, right? That stress hormone can send signals to the body where it can slow down or stop fat loss, right? It can slow down reproduction and growth of muscle tissue, right? It can have a lot of effects onto our body if we do not address that particular hormone cortisol, right? So that particular stress hormone in and of itself, if it's not regulated, it can completely throw you off. So one of the important things like I get into when I talk to someone, it's like, cool, I want to know your goals, but I have to now know what's your lifestyle.
You've told me that a lot.
Right?
Okay.
Like if we don't address your lifestyle,
Yes.
and we're trying to build strength,
Yeah.
and you have this high cortisol, you're not getting enough sleep. You're not managing your daily interactions with people in a way that helps
In
you
a healthy
reduce-
way to
in a
reduce
healthy
it,
way,
yeah.
right? Your body's gonna limit its ability to repair overnight, right? So let's think about it. When we go to the gym, we work out. We're not building muscle, right? When we're lifting weights, we're not building muscle. We're not building muscle in that moment. What we're doing is we're breaking the body down, which sends a hormonal signal that says, "Hey, we need to now repair and build this muscle."
Okay.
And that does that when you sleep. So if you're not getting good quality sleep,
it doesn't make it throws everything out the window.
yeah, it's like your
Jesus.
phone, right? Your
Okay.
phone charges, right? When you go to sleep, you get the best
Yes.
charge at night.
Yeah.
Because you ain't touching it, you ain't moving around.
True. And it charges
100%
faster.
Right. So it's the same. The body's the same way. When we go into
Okay.
deep sleep, not even just any sleep, deep sleep. We need to really be in REM sleep, right? So the deeper the sleep you get, the more your body can focus on repairing all that muscle tissue. It can focus on burning whatever excess fat it doesn't necessarily need. It can do all that then. But if you're not sleeping well due to your lifestyle, and now throughout the day you have this elevated cortisol that's also impeding your body's ability to burn body fat and to repair muscle tissue so it can grow and get stronger, you're kind of, setting yourself up for failure.
So I think when I started training with you, and I discussed a little about, I remember I kept showing Joe pictures. I'm like, Joe, look how I used to look, look.
Right.
And he's like, so what are you going to do to get back to that? For me, I feel like, again, what you just said about stress, I think stress played a lot. And I didn't even know about stress. I really didn't. I was trying to build a business. I was trying to build an empire, my family, the kids. and I was I'll say prioritizing everything except my health. So I think when it comes to that part, and then sleeping, I think I was getting like 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
What's a good number?
7. If you really want your body to repair, like 7 to 8.
For
7-8 hours, yeah. If you're putting yourself through a physical transformation, right? That's what it is, right? You're trying to physically transform your body. You should be sleeping about 7-8 hours, right? That's at bare minimum.
All right.
Right.
Okay. So, all right. Myself as well. I'll say, I think I'll speak for a lot of women out there when I say we feel very overwhelmed or discouraged when starting or restarting their journey into fitness. Yes. What's your go-to advice for that moment? Because for me, sometimes I do feel ashamed. Especially, I feel very comfortable with you, and you know that. Because each time I'll go, oh my God, Joe, I'm off the wagon again. Like, I still can't believe how I gained so much weight. Like, I'm finally able to see myself again. If it wasn't for Joe, I would have been on a Ozempic. And Joe's like, oh, no. But I like my cakes and I like my curves. I'm not trying to lose my muscle.
Right.
But it is very overwhelming. So I'll say, what advice you give, when we want to restart and just to have grace with ourselves because, we go through a lot. So what advice would you give for that moment of restarting again?
Yeah. The number one thing I always tell people is you got to have compassion. It starts with compassion. You have to have compassion and not comparison, right?
Okay.
If you're focused too much on the comparison, right, you're going to put yourself in a position that's going to stress you out when things don't work the way you want them to, right?
Sounds like me.
Sounds like it's a lot of people.
A lot of us, okay.
Right? That's why I'm like you said, grace. That's the key. You have to have a lot of grace if you're coming into this state of now you're trying to have a physical transformation. That is not an easy task for anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. Even for me, I've been doing this for a long time. When I have to tap into the mindset and make those lifestyle shifts to have like a really big physical transformation, it takes a lot. It's a toll. Your lifestyle literally has to completely, totally change.
Yeah.
Right? And that may mean you have to change your sleeping time. Right? That may mean you have to shut down work at an earlier time. You may have to do other things so that you get to bed at an earlier time. That means you have to meal prep. You have to stay ahead of the game. You can't have any days where I don't know what I'm going to eat tonight. When you don't know and you're hungry, you're more than likely you're going to eat things you shouldn't be eating.
I think that's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
The meal prepping.
Absolutely.
When I meal prep and I'm prepared, I don't have an issue.
Yes.
But when I don't meal prep, I find myself, I think that's how I got to this level. I'll be at work and I'm not making the healthy choice of what I'm ordering. Like now I am like, I can't do this because I'm going to be resetting myself again. But when you're restarting again, I think this is what I want you to pinpoint on. When you're restarting again, besides grace, what can we do to that minimize that step, like, to get us going again?
I'd say the next step, just focus more on consistency.
Okay.
Not on like a tangible goal on the scale or anything like that. Just focus on showing up.
Okay.
Consistently showing up. Not even intensity. Not even like I gotta go super hard. No. Consistency.
Just every day.
That just or whatever it is. If you have a 3-day program, make sure you do it consistently 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is. And I tell people, add in the grace, be consistent 90% of the month.
Okay.
So you have a little wiggle room.
Okay.
You get a 90, in school, that's an A.
Okay.
You're still gonna pass. You're still gonna pass with honors.
True.
Right? Like 90% is good.
Yeah.
Right? But that's the first start. Start with consistency. Something that you can be consistent. And meet yourself where you're at. If you're not ready for an hour, do 30 minutes.
Okay. You've always said that, health isn't just physical. So how do you incorporate that emotional and mental health into your training approach with especially women?
Right. Well, I think it comes down to educating them that movement is medicine, right? You have to understand that movement is medicine, not just a technique or tool to make the scale go down.
Okay.
Right? It's more about a holistic approach to really, I mean, not to get all deep, but really to get you in line with your purpose.
Yes.
Right? Like that's really what it should be. Like this holistic approach, it helps you to be optimized so that you can give your best towards your career, towards your family, towards your friends, right? And everything that's important to you, right? Removing all potential future and current health concerns that you may be going through, right? Like, so it really comes down to, you know, making that understanding that this is about medicine for your body, to nourish your soul, right? Like it really is more about that than anything else. You focus on that and you stay consistent and you gradually increase the intensity over time, you're going to accomplish the aesthetic goal, right? But if we skip all of that and we go straight to the aesthetic goal, that's when we burn out. That's when it becomes overwhelming, and then it's hard to stay consistent.
You've taught me actually to focus on my why.
Yes.
I think that has been my biggest help, benefit when it comes to each time I'm restarting. My why, my why, my why. My whys used to be, I have a birthday coming up and I want Joe to fit me in a dress. And I'm like, Joe, I have 2 months, you know, I want to show cleavage. I want my curves to show. And I will go hard for those 2 months. And then after that, that goes back to what you say about consistency. I will relapse again because my why was just that party.
Right.
My why was just that moment. Now my why is my lifestyle for me to feel better. Can you tap in a little bit on why the whys are so important and what other little element you will add? So every time we fall off, I'll sit back, I'm like, For example, I joke sometime on social media, if I'm posting like an ice cream, I'll block Joe because I don't want him to see that I'm eating an ice cream. And he's like, wait, what's going on? And then I remember that little voice that you always says, Kemesha, it's a lifestyle. So you can treat yourself, but what you're doing constantly, or you eating ice cream constantly, or you going to Beachmont to eat wings. I used to joke about eating wings every Friday, and he's like, you know, that's not funny. You know, you're joking about not taking care of your body. You can treat yourself, but I want you to tap in a little because that had helped me a lot. Because now my why is my lifestyle, and being 40 years old, I want to live to be older. Like I want to be able to feel better about myself, not just look great in a dress for a moment. So please touch on the why for me.
Right. Yeah. So your whys are there to make you fly. Right.
Ooh, I like that.
Your whys are there to make you fly. Right. They're your anchors when distractions, stress, lack of motivation. Right. When all that stuff comes in the way, you anchor to your why. Right. Your whys, and I've shared it with you. Like your whys have to be deeply emotional, like almost to the brink of crying. Like the reasons for you doing this. It can't just be, I want to be sexy. It can't be that. It's got to be, I want to look a certain way so that I can inspire my child who deals with the weight issues, and I want them to look at me when they get older in life, and that seed planted. Wow, I remember when mom or dad was in their 30s or 40s, like they dropped 40 pounds and then they went to the gym and they got muscles and they were athletic, and they did that at such a later age so that if they come across that challenge in life, they have that seed of my mommy and daddy did it.
So they could do it.
Like that why's got to be deep.
But sometimes I'll say my why is I want to be sexy. Because I like being sexy.
No, absolutely.
And when I don't feel sexy or we're not getting that attention, like, because let's just be honest, I love my husband, but I have a husband that's also my fault. Why? Because he loves me unconditionally. Like I will gain weight and I'm looking at the scale and I'm like, babe, like, yeah, he's like, yeah, but that's just the scale, babe. You look the same. And I'm like, no, I don't, you know, or if it's raining outside. So I call him my enabler. So my whys always have to be because he finds me sexy all the time. And that's a problem. Not that it's a problem, but I'll hear some woman say, oh, my husband said I need to go to the gym. I wish my husband will say sometime like, babe, let's go to the gym, or let's add in this work routine, but he won't. He won't. So that's my issue when you said the why. So my why sometimes is I do want to be sexy, but I want to be sexy for me.
I was about to say, being sexy could be your why.
Yeah.
But why is it your why? Get deeper into that, and then when you get that into why that?
Why that?
It has to keep getting deeper till it hits your soul.
Okay.
Right? It's got to get deep. It's got to really tap into almost the subconscious.
So it becomes a lifestyle.
Yes.
That I want it to be a lifestyle.
Right.
Like now, my whys now are my children.
Mm-hmm.
My kids, I want them not just to see me as a role model in community work, but I want them to see me as a role model in a healthy lifestyle. Like, and not only that, I want to feel good. I want to wake up every day and feel good.
Yeah.
You know, so I probably need to tap into my whys a little more, but for now, it has helped me to lose 40 pounds. So thanks, Joe. So another topic I want to tap in on is menopause.
Okay.
I haven't started it yet, or pre-menopause, but I know a lot of women talk about how their body change. It's like a silent struggle so many women face. It interferes with intimacy. It interferes with how their energy, mood shift, just weight changes. And from your experience with women, how can women navigate those changes and still feel strong and still feel like ourselves and not feel like we don't want you guys to have sympathy? Like, I doubt any woman listening wants someone to be sympathetic, but more empathy that, you know, this is what our body is going through. And how can they navigate that era of, I'm going through menopause, this is what I'm feeling, I don't want to work out, I have mood swings, night sweats. You know, what would you say to those women, and what encouragement or tips can you give?
I mean, the first thing I would say is your body's not broken. You're not a project that you now have to fix.
Ooh, I love that.
You're still wonderful in who you was prior to menopause, right?
Yes.
This is just another challenge that you're going through, and you got to meet yourself where you're at, right? And everyone, you know, from my experience, not all women experience it the same. Right,
Okay.
you mentioned quite a few different symptoms.
Yeah.
Some women have some of those symptoms, some have different symptoms, right? So I think the first part is identify where you're at, right, and then create some form of routine, right, that you can follow that enhances the things that aren't being affected, right?
Okay,
right? So
that makes sense.
So what? So that you can still feel confident that you're still
You're in that stage,
right? You're in the stage, but you still are healthy. You're still strong. You still have these positive attributes going on, and not let everything be hampered down
on menopause.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So how does workout look like? And
well, I think ultimately depends, right?
Okay.
If I'm coming across, and I've worked with quite a few women. I mean, I have clients over 20 years, and I've been with them from mid-30s to mid-50s, and you know, so I've been with them.
You've been through the changes.
Yeah, and I would say those who are already consistently making it a lifestyle have a very different experience with menopause than those who do not.
Oh, wow.
Right? Like the ones that already have a baseline of a physical conditioning, right? They're already consistent with their strength training, with their mobility training, and their cardio. Like, they're consistent with this. They already have somewhat of a consistent positive diet. Like, their experience, what I've seen, is very different than those that are like, this is happening, I want to do something now.
I want to do something. Well, that's with anything, I guess.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So the workout's gonna vary. It's gonna vary depending on that person's baseline of conditioning and what they're bringing to the table.
What are your expertise? So what do you love to work on with your clients?
I literally just got asked that question by another trainer today, and I have to answer the same thing. I love working with people that love the journey. Right? Like, it's not so much that I want to work with someone that wants to lose weight or build muscle, or they have to, you know, do some corrective exercise. We have to work on some like former injuries. I love working with the person that wants to commit to the journey.
Okay.
So regardless of whatever it is, if that person is willing to commit, then that allows my expertise to actually come through. Right? Okay. So I can love wanting to build muscle, but if the person doesn't want to eat enough protein,
they can't.
What are we going to do here, right?
Okay.
But to the person that's like, no, I will follow the meal plan to the T. You say get 7 hours of sleep. All right, I'm going to rearrange my life to do it. like that, ultimately, that person I'm gonna love the most.
Yeah, that's true.
Working with, because now whatever I'm gonna do, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it fast.
That's true. Because when I'm training and eating what you, I mean, I'll eat what he says, but the difference though, Joe, you're different. You hold us accountable.
Yeah.
I love the point that, you know, you would say, send a picture.
Yes.
Send a picture of what you're eating. And I'm like, oh my God.
Let me look at it.
Yes. So
see what's going on.
I think it's different when you have a trainer that can teach you. Because please be honest, some people, they're just training. It's like, just come on in and you're different. Because I've had a couple friends and I'll say, Joe, you know, I have a group of people that want to train, and I've spoken to other trainers and they're like, yeah, bring your friends. And you're like, Kemesha, I need to know each person needs. Yeah. I can put you in a room and just give you workout if that's what you want. Yeah. But that's not the goal. And that's what I love about you. Yeah. It's never about that quick fix. Right. It's always, I want to see what's going on. I want to meet each individual person, because each individual person have a different needs. And this is why I have you here today, because it's different, and you care. Yeah, you care. I just had an injury the other day, and you took your time out. Like, Kemesha, what's going on? Did you roll? Did you do this? It's more than just the gym. Yeah. It's more than just a workout. So I think it's very important, if you're getting a trainer, for it not just to be a trainer and more a partnership and a lifestyle, as you always say. Yeah. You know? And in your 25 years of training, for every woman listening right now, what is a message that you can give to them about their body, wellness, just overall? What would you say? Not to make them feel better, but we've carried so many shame, especially now. Everyone want to lose weight. Like, we have so many people that are on Ozempic. It's like they're disappearing. Everywhere. It's everyone wants to be skinny. Yeah. I don't want to be skinny. I love my curves. I love how I am. I love my journey, and I appreciate my journey more than anything else. So what is one message any message to a woman that's listening right now that feel like, you know what, everyone is losing weight, everyone is getting skinny, I can't lose weight, and they're not giving themselves grace? What is a wellness message that you would give to that person about their body?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's so many messages, but I think what I'm hearing the most in my mind right now is, we all have a different body type. Everyone has different body types, right? Some of us are naturally skinnier, right? We're naturally on the leaner side. Some are naturally on the heavier side. Some are naturally have more of an athletic build, right? So I would say, like, instead of beating yourself up because you feel too skinny and you want to be more curvy, or you're too big and you want to be and now you want to be skinny, optimize what God has blessed you with.
I do.
Right? Optimize what God has blessed you with, and continue to grow with that, instead of doing something that can have an adverse effect on your health many years down the line, because you wanted to look good in this moment.
Yes.
Right? And then years go down the line, and now you can't even get back to feeling confident in the natural essence of what you were normally like, right? The way you built. Treat your body like a temple. In other words, treat it like a temple.
Not like how I've been doing and eating ice cream. So don't
listen. I am all for the celebratory moments, right? Like,
I'm always celebrating, Joe.
That's the problem. When your lifestyle is some celebratory, and you're celebrating as a lifestyle, then it's a problem. But if you have your celebratory moments,
yes,
go for it.
I think I get away with a lot because I am naturally curvy. I love my curves. Yeah. I love my body no matter what weight I am. I've never had an issue. I know I want to be healthy, but healthy is not a scale.
Right.
No. It is to the point where, you know, your body fat around your heart, whatever they're saying, but it's how you feel. Like, it's just, as you said, because I've seen people that work out 5 days a week, look great, but they're not skinny. Like, they're thick, they're healthy. Like, they can outrun someone who's 125. Right. You know, they're hard. So this is why I don't focus on a scale. I focus on just being healthy, taking care of yourself, and the most important word that you say all the time, Kemesha, it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
And that's what I want to remember. Joe, I want to thank you. This has been a valuable conversation. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your heart for a woman, for our health, for just everything, and for being there for me. Because this is not just a podcast. This is personal. I know a lot of listeners are going, through a lot. You're gonna feel encouraged and motivated after this conversation. You can reach out to Joe. He's right here in New Rochelle. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you share it with a friend. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and leave a review so many people can join our community and just check out both sides of the bed. I want to thank Joe again. Again, this has not just been informational for me, but just to give myself grace, and you should as well. No matter what you're going through, 30, 40, 50, love your body, love you. So until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your body, protect your peace, and I'll see you next time on both sides of the bed. Thank you for joining us.